By all means, pray. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Meditate. There's nothing wrong with that.
You don't believe it for how many days?
That's irrelevant.
Oh.
You take the trade for what it is. Does it go up? Does it go down? You don't know. You would love for it to go up. That's why I say, by all means, pray. I'm all with it. I believe in God. I'd be throwing them prayers in there. You think I'm joking? I'm like, oh, man, God, look, man. I know I have confidence. I believe in this. Hey, please help me with this. I promise you, I say it.
Amen.
Yo, I'm being so serious. Yo, I do all my checklists. I'm like, God, hey, look, man.
I'm a good person. You know I deserve it.
Now I don't say that part. I normally say if it's
I work hard for it.
No, I don't say that. If you will it, let it be so. All right. If you say it, let it be so. Right. If you will it to be, let it be so. It's all in your hand. That's all I say. But I'll be like, hey, look, man, just look out for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I do it just like that. So I don't care how many Hail Marys you throw out there.
I rub my hand like Birdman.
You know, I don't know if you're gonna throw some oils on yourself, by all means. But so that's the system. So that's why you need to learn the steps. So
Yes.
So we learn it because we read it from the book. We interact. You know, that's why I have the Success Insight, which is the workbook that teach you the ins and out of how to draw a zone, identify the zone, right? Understanding the turnaround point. That's why
so that's a bullish engulfing.
That is correct. Right? See, that's why this book right here, it's a workbook, right? It's very little reading, maybe 1% reading. And the reading is just saying, hey, it's your turn. It will tell you, yeah, I did this, now go practice it. Right? You trace over the line. It's literally teaching you step by step on how to draw zones, understand what they are, right? So you do it in the book, and then you take what you learned from the book, go reinforce it, match it with the chart, right?
Yes.
And then bring it forward to current market to make sure it match and you understand that's what it does, right? And if you understand that's what it does when they give you that most of the time, or either 85% of the time, that's literally how often it works. 85 to 7% of the time, you just simply reading and reacting. All right. So just like I was saying, you need to have a job.
Yes, sir.
Right? When you have a job, you let your job pay your bills and you focus on your learning. Right? It's the same thing. A lot of traders does not see learning how to trade. They don't take it as a major learning course or like it's a college course. They don't take it serious. Believe it or not, they think that they say that they do, but they don't.
Like I had a friend, like he was doing it like excuse my language. He was doing it freaking like 2014, and he was doing Forex and everything, and he got a bunch of certificates and everything. I just spoke to him about it. I was like, yo, like, I thought you was going to get, like, rich from this thing. What's going on?
It. See.
Like, he's like, but that's been since 2014, though. He's like, yo.
But it's okay. But see, that's the thing.
I'm broke right now.
But it's okay.
I'm like, but he's working with a bunch of different people, I guess.
So. Because so remember, we don't speak negative and we don't speak bad on other people, right? So everybody got their own hardship, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to trading and learning how to trade, you are your own Achilles heel. Literally. Okay, so when it comes to trading or when you're learning from somebody, right? Compared to when you go to college, the teacher
matters more than
the teacher will be holding you accountable. So it's not. I'm not gonna say the teacher matters, but what I'm trying to say is you're learning, even though you are responsible for your learning, right? The teacher is there to reinforce it by holding you accountable. That's why they can give you a A, a B, or F.
Yeah.
Right? If you know I'm going to fail you, what are you going to do?
You're going to try to practice.
You're going to practice. You're going to put in the effort. Right? You're going to do the homework. You're going to study. You're going to create groups. Now, when it comes to trading, yes, you pay me to teach you, right?
Yes.
But I give every single one of my students homework. Did they do it?
Not sure.
No, they don't. They don't. Not because they can't do it. They choose not to do it. Why? Because if they don't do it, who's gonna punish them?
No one.
Right? So only you can take yourself accountable. Now, by the way, when I say punish, I'm not talking about whip you. Who's gonna give you a failing grade to say, yo, you're not excelling, you're not succeeding because you didn't do the work?
Your
right?
Professor.
So because you are paying me to teach you and you're not doing the homework, you could also quit whenever you want. Right? And when you lose, or you're gonna hold yourself accountable. And what does accountability look like when you did not do the work that you should have done and it was provided to you? And you didn't do it because you know if you don't do it, no one's gonna punish you.
Yeah,
no one's gonna say anything.
There's no consequences.
Okay, there you go. But you have to hold yourself accountable. That's the thing. So a lot of traders that are not successful per se, this is the number one reason. They don't give themselves the best opportunity to excel. Giving yourself the best opportunity to succeed is you taking these notes, watching the video and dissect them. Yes, when I say it, it's always going to sound easy and simple, but take what I say, rewrite what I said, so you make sure you understand it, right? And then you take it to the chart, match it, and then when you bring it to current market, make sure it match what you studied. And then that's the internship, right? So after so many time of forward testing, taking those trades, give yourself a month, let's say a month, right? After a month of repeating the same thing, taking the same buys, the same sales, when you go live, what are you going to do? Take the same thing. Now, here's the best part about that, right? Trading psychology. It starts with your learning. The early learning meaning you reading. Because I'm telling you what the market is doing and how it's going to do it, how it's going to look like, right? When you go to the chart, you're going to reinforce it by what you see because you're engaging with the chart now. You're marking the zone, putting this and that. Now, you know, oh, cool. When I take a buy, my stop loss goes here. And if I take this lot size and the stop loss is normally 60 ticks, 60 pips, 60 points, same thing, right? If I'm taking a dollar trade, a $2 trade, that's how much it would be. If my account is $500, it will be too much. I'll be over leveraged because I'm risking too much of my account. So see how you're creating those rules?
Yes.
But you understand that's where the stop loss needs to be. But I also need to understand if I'm only going to risk $10, I need to drop the lot size accordingly. That way it equals $10.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yes.
Let's just say the stop loss was closer, right? You don't you don't increase it more
than what you have.
Yes, a $5 is a $5 no matter what.
Yes.
Because you told yourself you were going to risk $50, you have to put it at the $50 point.
Gotcha.
Because that's what you told yourself.
Yes.
That's where the word for me.
So you're willing to lose whatever you invested. That's what basically you're doing.
Well, I mean, you're taking a risk, you're going to lose. But what I'm saying is, if I say I'm going to risk $50 every single time, I don't care if the stop loss was 50 pips. If I'm going to run a $2 lot size until my account gets to a certain size, I'm going to keep it there no matter what. If the stop loss was 10 pips or 50 pips, let's just say with 50 pips, with a $2, that's $100, just hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
What happened if the stop loss is 10 pips? I can increase the lot size and put the stop loss at 10 pips to make it equals that. But my rule says I'm going to take this lot size until my account gets to this. So I'm going to put the stop loss where it equals that same $50.
Gotcha.
I'm not switching until they get there. And then once, so what I'm saying is those learning process, you creating those rules. That's where that's where psychology comes in. It doesn't matter how many books you read. If it doesn't give you the instruction detail of the how to, it's going to be really hard. So while you're learning, you build in a psychology because you build in a system. You're going to forward test it in a system, right? When you learn my method, you understand to trade at 1-509, right? Mm-hmm. So when you back test it, you look at the double bottom, right? Or the double top before the market buys, before the market sell, you will look at that candle and you want to ask yourself around what time it was. And you're going to realize that it's always going to be at one of those times that you're going to get that price action, right? Mm-hmm. So you understand that now. So when you forward testing now, right? You intern, and while you forward testing, at what time you think that price action is going to be available to you? 1-509. What did you study? The book says 1-509, right? Mm-hmm. When you back test it, you see a double bottom. At what time was the price action available to you?
1-509.
Okay, so when we forward testing to current market date, right? It's at the zone. We are anticipating. We're not so much, I mean, you could say wait for it, cool. But we are anticipating a bullish engulfing. At what time do you think that bullish engulfing might be available for you?
1-509.
You see that? So at what time are you going to go look at it?
1, 5, or 9.
If you look at it at 1, it's not there, then what time you think it might be in?
5.
If it's not there at 5, then what?
9.
But do you see that? Or do you have to sit in the chart and look at it?
No.
You understand when it's going to be available. There's no if or but. It will always be. See, that's the psychology. So do I need to sit here? Do I need to be afraid? So when it's available, what do I just do? I take it and leave it for what it is. Now I don't have to be afraid. My heart rate does not need to be accelerated. I created that system. That is my market psychology. People can't really teach you market psychology. You have to create that for yourself. All right. So that's the whole premise of this, of learning. All right. So you learn the skill, you learn it from the book, right? You read the book, you see it. That's why I love this so much. It gives you the picture of the setups.
Yes.
You read it. Even if you don't read it, if you just look at it and you go to the chart and find it, you will see it's going to match. Right? Because all 5 of them are in this book. It's always going to be one of them. Now, when you see it, it's reinforcing what you're reading. And then when you interact with the chart, then you put better notes, you examine the lot size. After a month of studying, seeing the same thing over and over, creating flashcards, now you go to current market date. If you see the same setup, once it gives you exactly just that, you just simply reacting. Boom, boom. You do this for 1 month. Because you're going to see how it repeats itself. Since you practice it, you forward test it for 1 month. Now, once you go live, it's just you just continuing the same thing.
Yeah.
No doubts, no fear. You just take it. And yeah, you take the trade and go away. Because the more you look at it, the more you're going to interact.
The more you're going to be like, dang, like you ain't moving.
Well, it's not that it was moving.
What's going on? And then it might just drop and then you might just freak out. You'd be like, yo.
Well, that too. But sometimes that drop or that push up could be a fake out.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like you still have a duration that you got to stick with.
That's just what it is. You have a system.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why the learning is important. That's why you need to have a job. That way you're not stressing out like, oh my God, I need to make this money. This is so and so. All right. So
I'm about to start selling some pigs, man. About to go get some pigs and some cows. Sell them things. About to have some, damn.
You about to do what?
About to sell some, you know what I mean?
All right, cool. All right. So since you want to sell pigs and cows,
yeah, man.
Forex can help you with that. You'll be able to make the money to invest in your business. But
sure,
let's not just use Forex to invest in the business. Let's have a job that pays our bills while we build the capital so we can start that business more effectively.
I got you.
All right. So
100%.
I'm all with it. So, okay. So first lesson when it comes to trading is PA. Hold on. Let me make this a bit thicker. Okay. So we're going to do PA. PA. Okay. Stand for price.
Action.
Yes, sir. Price action. All right. If you want to dissect the word itself, right? Price action is pretty much the market, right? Price. The market is at a price. It's at a level. All right. It could be 800 level, right? It could be at a 1600 level, right? It's at a point. Price, okay, is at a level where it is ready to take action, right? So its price is at a level, it's at a point or a level where it's ready to take action. So you get that candle at that specific level. You know what that level is? That level would be your zone. Watch this, right? So remember our double bottoms? And remember we generated a zone, right? This is the zone.
Yes.
That's the level, right?
Yes.
So it's just saying price is now at that level.
And you say you normally wait until the second one.
Well, that's the concept. Okay.
Yes.
Let me rephrase that. That way we don't get too sidetracked, right? Look,
the
market did this.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
It stops. We don't know why. It just stopped there. We're not overthinking it. Okay. Now
it goes up.
And it just went up. We don't know why. Okay. Because it stopped right here and it went up. We're going to mark that area. It's a zone. It's a level. It's a stopping point. It's the same thing because it stopped at this point, because it stopped at that price level or that zone. Same word, same verbiage. All right. Word salad, right? I'm just going to put a line there. That's it. But there's a reason why I'm putting that line there. Last time the market stopped there, it went up.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put a line.
So the next time it go back down, it should go higher.
Nope. No. You have correct. Take your time. When you remember, when you speak, you always remember you're talking to yourself. That's why when I'm talking, I'm always looking at you, and I take my time to explain because that's how I want to be spoken to. It doesn't mean that's how you're going to talk to me, but I will talk to you the way I want to be spoken to.
Gotcha.
So giving yourself the best opportunity to excel or to learn, to grow, is when you teach yourself. You got to talk to yourself in the format where you are teaching yourself at all time. Okay? So, by the way, you wasn't completely wrong. You just went too far. By going too far, you slightly made a mistake, but you was correct with the first half.
Okay.
Yes, you put that there for when and if it comes back to that zone.
Gotcha.
It's not a guarantee it's going to come back to it today, tomorrow, next month, or ever. Okay? When and if. Okay? So the if is when and if it comes back to that zone. Does it mean it's going to buy?
No.
There you go. It doesn't mean it's going to buy, but we placed it there because last time the market was here, it stops here. What did it do?
It went up.
That's it. See that? That's it. Last time it stopped there, it went up. Okay. That's why I put that zone there. So guess what? Now, 3 weeks later, 3 months later, a year later, the market came back to that same zone. Okay. You know what we're going to do?
We're going to buy. We're going to...
No. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Stop loss?
No. No, why did you? I know you're doing this on purpose at this point now. Look, man.
All right, let me stop. I'm done.
You got to take your learning serious, man.
All right. Whatever. I'm done. Price action.
I'm going to have to up the prices on these one-on-ones, man. Because come on. Oh, man. Okay, look. What? Come on. I just said to give yourself the best possible chance. You remember, you talking to yourself when you speak. Yeah. You're teaching yourself. Again, where was it? You put the zone there because it stopped there and it went up.
Yes.
Okay. We're not questioning why it went. We know it stopped there. It went up. 2 years later, 2 weeks later, 2 days later, 3 weeks, 3 days, 7 days, 3 months later, it came back to that zone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
That's it. Since it came back to the zone, what we have to do is okay, let me see if you can get that, right? To have, for you, okay, you, it's not everybody, right? I'm talking to you, okay?
Yes.
You, yeah, I know, you're looking at me, yes, I know you're looking at it, I'm talking to you. For you to have a much better, productive, and successful future, what do you need to look at and learn to understand? Mm-hmm. Or what must you look at?
You must look at the pattern of the market, knowing when there's a change or when there's a shift.
Okay. All right.
To know when to buy and when to sell.
No, so okay, I got you. Okay, nothing wrong with that. So if I'm going to answer it for myself. That way you have a much better understanding, okay? Yeah. So I don't want to say you are wrong. I want to make sure I'm explaining myself or asking the question in a way that you can understand.
Sure.
What I'm saying is, for you to have a much productive, successful future, mm-hmm. What must you do? What must you evaluate? What must you look at? Now, I don't want a specific answer. I need you to understand the question, and I'm going to help you understand that. And that got to do with Forex the same way. I'm going to give you some multiple choices. 1, where you at now? 2, where are you going? 3, where have you been? Which one of them do you think it is?
Where are you going?
Okay. The correct answer is, where have you been?
Where have you been? And where you need to be going, rather.
No, there's only one answer.
Okay. W
Where have you been? You understand the past. Understanding your past will allow you to have a much productive and better future. If you understand where you've been, is it going to be a lot easier to go where you need to go?
Yeah.
The future is uncertain, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, people say tomorrow is not promised. Yes, it is. Until otherwise. I won't know if it was not there. I'll be dead. I wouldn't know, right? Yes, tomorrow is promised. I don't know where you'll get that from. Tomorrow is promised. Who am I to say I'm not going to be here tomorrow? You got your mind? Tomorrow is promised.
Like, who the hell wake up saying that, yo, yeah, I ain't going to get up? Not me.
That's just how I think. So again, right? For you to have a much productive and successful future, you need to understand your past. Notice what I'm using, understand. Knowing your past is one thing, and understanding your past is another. When you understand what your past is, what you have been through, it's going to be a lot easier to just act accordingly moving forward, right?